on, everybody? This is Bull Run Crypto, and today we're going to talk about 7 coins that I think are going to perform really good here in this alt season that we have coming up. So, as you guys know, we've been waiting for alt season, and many are predicting, I would say, or projecting, forecasting that we're about to enter into alt season here in February, March, and April. That's where most people are seeming to put the pin on the target here, okay? So let's get into this list here. 7 coins that I think are going to perform really good. This is not professional financial advice. This is just my observations. Let's get into it. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Solana. So I just made a video here recently where I said I sold all my, or 5 reasons why I sold my Ethereum for Solana. I actually sold about 50% of my ETH recently into Sui and Solana. But you could see I'm actually someone who believes in Solana. It's faster, it's made in America, it's cheaper, it's got more volume recently with the meme coin markets, and Trump likes it. So, I got a lot of reasons to like Solana right now. It's the number 5 cryptocurrency, currently sitting at 228. It's been at an all-time high right now of about 270, but a lot of people think that it's reasonable to suggest that Solana gets anywhere between $500 to $1,000 in this altcoin market here. People say it could even catch up to Ethereum, and if it does that, that'll be interesting, especially for the price action. So Solana is number 1 on the list of 7 coins to hold this alt season. Now we're going to go with a wild card here. This is Monero. So Monero's been delisted from many exchanges. It's a coin that was really hot. John McAfee used to like Monero, if you guys remember John McAfee. But Monero, a privacy coin, it's definitely one of the hottest privacy coins. People like privacy coins because they don't always want there to be a ledger out there, public available, saying where they were sending money. If someone was sending money to a girlfriend or some people like to donate anonymously. They don't like to see that they can track the anonymous donation, right? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why someone would use privacy coins. Who knows what your reason would be, but with the new administration, with Trump, I wouldn't be surprised to see him say, hey, pro free speech, pro privacy, bring on some Monero. Trump seems to be one of those kind of guys that likes to fight for the rights of the people to have their constitutional rights, which is the right to privacy. It's not necessarily a constitutional right, but it is in the United Nations documentation. Magna Carta also talks about it. The Constitution hints towards it. So yeah, privacy, your right to privacy, it's a basic human right. And not everything has to be online, right? Not everyone needs to be able to know where your address is also, but that's a whole nother subject all in of itself. Now, Monero, I think that if we were to zoom out really honestly, it's been at an all-time high of 400. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing get up over 500 to 1,000. If we get some favorable news from Trump, it could even be even more than that because right now it's just sitting at a $4.4 billion market cap. I mean, something like this, top privacy coin, I mean, if this thing really became hot, it could get to an XRP type level of excitement. And XRP right now is trading at, let's see what XRP is trading at right now, 299, $172 billion market cap. So, I mean, if Monero goes from 4 billion to 172 billion, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could be possible. You're looking at well over, I mean, it's almost like 50 plus X, 50X thereabouts, a little bit more than that. So we'll see what ends up happening with that Monero coin. I'm not saying it's happening. Like I said, $500 to $1,000, I think, in a bull run cycle is very reasonable. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Virtual's protocol. This one's got a $1.23 billion market cap. I was tempted to put AIZ16, but I didn't do it. I ended up sticking with Virtuals. This is like a kind of like an incubator for AI agents and a lot of other things going on with Virtuals. You guys have seen them probably in action. They got the metaverse protocol. They're building the future of virtual interactions. These guys are pretty much the leader in the space of what they're doing here. And a lot of people say it's totally reasonable for them to forex in this cycle. I mean, we could see a $5 or a $10 virtuals, uh, in the short term. Obviously, a $5 virtuals is a lot easier to get to. That'd be the 3x, and that would put their market cap at around just under 5 billion. I think that's very reasonable to suggest that something like this would happen. I did hear recently they changed over to Solana, so we'll see what happens with that. You got the AI agents, virtual reality, all coming together here. So virtual is definitely a project that's hot. Check them out on ETH or Solana. Next up, Sui. I've made a video talking about how high I think Sui can get. People have speculated on what they think the potential for this bull market would be with Sui. We've got this conversation going that Solana is better than ETH. ETH is supposedly rolling out some layers or some roll-ups that are going to enhance ETH. But then the conversation comes along and say, wow, looks like Sui's next up to be the best blockchain, even ahead of Solana with some of their updates coming. Sui is like a layer 3 on top of, ETH, right? Like they're at layer 2, but this would be like a layer 3, almost a layer 4, whereas Solana's more a layer 3. Sui's kind of like a layer 4. And if you look at the market cap here, $12 billion. I think Solana right now is sitting at around, let's see, 110 billion. So given what we know about these projects, Sui, I mean, this one could really shoot up. I mean, when I did the video here, you could see I said it could possibly reach $50, and I went over the math. Okay, you can watch that full video. You can also watch Cardano to $15 or why I sold my ETH. But that goes into a deep dive about all of those reasons. And Sui to $50, it's a very bullish price projection, but that would be interesting, wouldn't it? And now we're going to move on here because we're going to go to Ondo. Okay, so Ondo, the number 32nd cryptocurrency, these guys have become real hot lately. And if you can see right here, they've peaked around like 206 there. And they're a new project. This one, you got to check their website to see exactly what they're doing because they are up to something, a new era of financial inclusivity on chain. The Ondo Foundation's mission is to usher in a new era of financial inclusivity and market efficiency through on-chain, institutional grade financial products and services. These guys could almost be on par with some people have said this is like BlackRock. Like this is BlackRock's behind this, stuff like that. But you could see they've been featured in the Wall Street Journal, even on the United States Federal Reserve. Okay, so Ondo is quite a big player here. You got BlackRock, you got Morgan Stanley, Polygon, Coinbase. I mean, big players in the game with Ondo. So, whole new way to imagine doing governance and DeFi and all that. Now we're moving on to Internet Computer. Now, if you were to type into Google the fastest blockchains on the blockchain, you would see Internet Computer is right up there. These guys have they're like a one-stop shop for everything. When they first hit the market a few years ago, they were around $428, and it just sold off massively. That was a heck of a sell-off that they had. It's now down to 905. I'm not saying that, I mean, if it ever reached that all-time high when it hit the market, I mean, obviously we'd be looking at like a 40 or 50x from here. So to go from $9 to 428, that would be amazing. I'm not saying that's going to happen anywhere in the short term, but people always hold on to that hope because especially if you're one of the people who held it here and rode it all the way down, you're probably like, I hope it goes back to 400 at least. But realistically, I think a $40 to $50 ICP coin definitely within the scope of reality, I think, in a bull market scenario. Again, not professional financial advice, but I do hold a little bit of this coin. It'll be interesting to see where ICP goes. And then we have Kronos, crypto.com. They're actually listing stocks on their website now. They have some of the highest qualifications for any exchange, which is going to actually make it compete with Binance. Right now, Binance has the most volume. not in the United States necessarily, but there's a big world out there aside from the United States, right? And Binance is the big dog in the room, and then you have Kronos, who's really in position to do some pretty big things, and they've been running sideways and flat, kind of a boring coin to hold for the last long time, actually. I mean, here recently in December went up to 21 cents. So to double your money in this coin on a bull market scenario should be fairly easy. But if you zoom out all the way, you can see it's been as high as 89 cents. So if it revisits its previous all-time high, you're looking at a 6 to 7x. Wouldn't that be nice? On crypto.com, the Kronos coin. But people are saying this thing could be a lot bigger than that. I mean, if it were to ever compete with Binance, so remember, 3.4 billion. Let's go look at Binance. Let's just say it were to compete with Binance, not even give it a chance to say, you got to go BNB. That's 95 billion. So, I mean, to catch that, you're looking at almost a 25, 30x. It's a 30x right there for Kronos. If it catches Binance now, because Binance now, what if Binance goes up? What if Binance doubles in value? That puts it at a $200 billion market cap. So then we're just saying that, okay, if Kronos is half the price, right? Kronos to 100 billion and BNB to 200 billion, there you go. That would be like I think that's pretty safe in a scenario where crypto.com is legitimized as a viable competitor to Binance. It's not there right now. These are things that we're projecting. These are things that we're forecasting, kind of things to look forward to, right? It's like when you have your favorite sports team, you get Tyreek Hill on your team and you're like, okay, now we have Tyreek Hill. So we're going to be able to do all these things. And then whether or not Tyreek Hill lives up to the expectation, that's yet to be seen. But, people were thinking Tyreek Hill with Tua was going to bring in the Super Bowl. But either way, hypotheticals, that's what we're doing here. That's why you guys watch. You guys want hypotheticals. That's what we're giving you. If you guys are new to this channel, Bull Run Crypto, we are a brand new channel. You guys can subscribe and like our videos. Go through our playlist. Watch some more of our other videos. See you on the next one.